Taylor, how's it been like growing in America?
Okay, well, I grew up in a single parent household in Fontana, California. My two sisters, we never really were too affectionate. My mom was always at work. She was working like two jobs most of my childhood. So I didn't really see a lot of her. Mostly my big sisters raised me. But yeah, me and my mom didn't actually kind of establish a relationship until like really later when she stopped working so much just to provide for us.
Oh, that's
How about
great.
you? How was your life growing up in Ghana?
Yeah, so growing up in Ghana, so Ghana is in West Africa. Africa is actually a continent. A lot of people have
Not a
this.
country.
Yeah, not a country. A lot of people have this misconception about us. I belong to a household of seven. So I live with my mom and dad and my other five siblings. So for me, it's been a lovely experience. My parents have taught me a lot and it's helped me shape me up to become who I am today. So it's been good.
Yeah, growing up in America, single parent household for most of it, getting into trouble, getting out of trouble, getting into this, getting into that. Now look at where I'm at right now.
So with growing up black in America and growing up black in Africa, can we talk about the differences and just like how you feel, how you're viewed, your safety? Are you ever worried about the police or things like that?
So I believe that in Africa, you don't have that laissez-faire or children are not allowed to take a lot of decisions on their own. Your parents dictate to you, they tell you what is best for you, you know. Unlike what I've observed here in America where you have it's like a permissive society. So for me I think that one of the differences is um, America being a permissive society gives room for the child to explore, to do whatever you want to do. But in Africa it's just the opposite.
Okay.
Okay. Growing up, okay, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Okay, growing up black male in America, you talked about police. The police, I feel like it's a difference because say you got white male, 35, average dude driving down the street, he sees the police get behind him. The worst thing that comes to mind in him is, yeah, I might get a ticket. Me driving down the street, I see a police behind me. I'm thinking I could die. I'm thinking I could go to jail. I'm thinking he gonna plant something. I'm thinking he gonna just, it's
You
two
think
different
the worst.
things.
Yeah.
Two different things. I'm thinking literally the worst, like the worst possible decision.
Yeah.
That's just when it comes to police. I don't know if you guys have heard of this term called black trauma, but it's real. It's very real. Black trauma, for this is just a base example, just like it gets deep, but this is just a base example. Back in the day, slavery days, we used to get beat, right? With belts. Just belts, whips, just beat, right? Then they did that to their kids. Who did that to their kids? And years later, now we get beat, right?
Yeah.
I don't buy belts because I got beat with belts. Black trauma.
Yeah.
Very basic form of it, but there's levels to it. I think that's black trauma with the police too. And it wasn't the police back then, but it was the slave catcher or the overseer or whoever, the person in position of power over us ain't generally been nice to us over the years. Black trauma. We're traumatized by that. You know what I mean?
And it keeps going from generation to
Generation to generation. Generational trauma.
I don't know, just even the family narrative and how we have the stigma of black men not taking care of their kids, especially with us two coming from single parent households.
I think that's black trauma too.
Yes, it is.
I mean, living in Ghana, I've heard about these experiences where blacks, been subjected to cruel treatments in America. I've always felt that connection. I've always thought every day, what are my brothers and my sisters going through in America? How are they growing up in a society that oppresses them so much? So I've always felt that connection, the kind of feelings that you guys always have. I've always had that from my childhood, and I'm always praying that we will get to a society where some of these inequalities and disparities are removed, so we could have a just society. But I think that is a myth. I'm not sure that it's going to happen.
It might be a pipe
but-
dream.